Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Here we are again for another For the Mom Talk. Today we're going to be talking about choosing school for our children, because believe it or not, that's where we are. I'm not okay. I know that in September I will definitely not be okay, but what are we going to do? That's part of life. So obviously today our location has changed a little bit. I'm in the car. I'm in between my son's skating practice and picking him up from daycare. So I figured, why in the world not film in the car? There might be some weird people looking at me, but that's okay. I'll take one for the team. So I just want a disclaimer that what we're going to talk about today is going to be the 5 things that my husband and I looked for when choosing our school for our child. It is not to say that our school is better than anyone else's. It's not to say that everybody should come to this school. It's just a gut feeling, and it felt right for us. And I hope that every parent ends up choosing the right school for their child. I mean, at the end of the day, their child has to feel safe and feel independent when he's going to school, and comforting. It's like a second home. I mean, they're going to be spending most of their time there as opposed to at home on the weekends. So let's hop into it. The first thing that stuck out to us about this school was when we arrived, the principal greeted us at the door. So we had visited other schools where it was kind of like when we went in for the open house to visit, it was kind of chaos. People running everywhere, a bake sale here, a parent complaining there, a child screaming here. This school was literally, we got there, the principal was at the door, we were given a specific time, we were about 6 parents at a time visiting with the principal, which is very important because when you have questions, I feel like no one else can answer them at 100%, if not the principal, which was very, very good. So she answered all our questions right off the bat. It was very reassuring. She had a really big smile on her face the whole time. For the parents like us who had brought our children with us, she was very much involved, speaking with them, asking them questions, keeping them interacted during the visits. Number 2 that stuck out to us was every single class that we visited, the teacher of that class was present in the class, which seems like something totally normal that should be done, but actually the other schools that we had visited, it was not the case. So we went to a school where we went into the classroom and it was kind of like a free-for-all, just walk around, touch whatever you want, the teacher's not even there, you can't ask questions. Like, we were left on our own, and there were no questions answered. We don't even know who the teacher would have been if we had chosen that class, which kind of crappy. I mean, especially if you're a first timer in the school. I mean, if your son's already going to 3rd or 4th grade, then that's okay, because you know who the teachers are. You've seen them, you've bumped into them. Your son or daughter will already know of them or heard of them. But in our case, it was kind of like, is this how it's gonna be? Like, when we drop him off and stuff, we're just gonna leave him there and like, see you later, buddy, figure it out. I mean, he's gonna be 5, he's still a baby. Number 3 that we really enjoyed was the art on the wall. So when we went in, there was a bunch of art. There's projects. They do projects where the whole school is involved, not just the class, which is cool because when you look at the wall, you see the evolution of the artwork or of the so-called project. So there was one where it was like, draw a picture of yourself, and then the 5-year-olds will draw like some sort of like a stick man, and then when you see the 6th graders, it's like so much more detail and intricacy in the artwork, and it's very cool to see. There was a lot of things involving books, and my son, actually both of them, even the 1-year-old now, is very into books. We have a whole library at home. It never ends. I feel like I could sell all those books if I wanted to buy a house. It would give me enough money. Like, there's so many books. So that was very important. As for those who don't know, I studied in childhood education, and I was an educator for 9 years. So seeing art on the wall for me speaks to me, because it puts the child in value. So even in my house, if my son is to just draw me like a circle and tell me, hey mom, this is the sun. Can I hang it on the wall? Of course you can hang it on the wall, and he'll choose where to hang it. And I really don't mind papers on my wall hung. It's art. And the child feels valued and encouraged. And when people come over, hey, look at the circle that I drew. I'm using circle as an example because there's so many things that he draws that I can't keep track. But it's very important. And when I saw that, I told my husband, this really speaks to me because we are this way at home. And for that to be also done in school with his work, where he's going to be doing it without mommy and daddy, so it's like it's really from him, it's going to be it's a nice touch. Number 4 that really stuck out to us was the gym class, where the other schools that we visited, they had the regular program where it was like running, regular physical activity like dancing and all that stuff. And then there was dodgeball, soccer, volleyball, badminton, all that jazz. This school that we visited, the first graders have a program where they start the year on training wheels on a bike and end the year learning how to ride a bike, which is really cool. So that was really cool. They have as well rock climbing on the wall. They have circus, so they teach you circus, they teach you a little bit of gym. By gym I mean like the flips and the splits and all that stuff, which is very, very cool. When we got there was a few stations set up so that we can see, and obviously my son gravitated right away towards it, and he was like, he didn't know where to start, and that's amazing. The gym teacher was very nice, spent a lot of time speaking to us, and it was very cool to see that the gym teacher as well was very involved, and the way he explained like development of the child through gym was very intriguing, and I really, really like that for my son and for us as well. And number 5 on our list was that it's a bilingual school. So here in Montreal, Canada, we speak French, English, and us personally Portuguese at home. But it's very important that we do English and French, just because it'll be easier to get around and to live life and access to stuff, and to help people, ask for help when you apply for jobs. It's very important. So this school is offering it's a program where it's 1 week everything is in English, the next week everything is in French, which gives time to the child to adapt. So as opposed to the other schools, they were doing 1 day English, 1 day French, 1 day English, 1 day French, which I find is very short-lived for the child. I mean, for instance, when I go on vacation, it's totally off topic, but it's an example. When I go on vacation, the very first day I am completely homesick. I do not like living out of a luggage. I do not like not being in my surroundings. So the first day, it's kind of crazy for me. And this has been my life all the time. So by the second day, I'm already better. And by the third, okay, I've lived here my whole life. And I feel like that's the same when you're applying English or French. So the fact that they're doing 1 full week English, 1 full week French gives the child the chance to adapt. So let's say they just did an English week, they're going on to the French. Well, the first day, it's normal the child might say some things in English where the teacher has to remind them, hey, today is French week. By Tuesday, they'll be more aware of it. By Wednesday, they're completely speaking in French because they remember, hey, it's French week. So I think that's very important. In a way, for me, it was more a better way to adapt the English and French to the children. And I think it'll be easier for my son to adapt as well. And knowing him, like, change is not he's not good with change. So I think that's good. It'll give him like a whole full week to adapt to the new language. And I think they will learn faster. So with that being said, the school that we chose, my son's going to start school in September. I am equally excited as I am sad about it, but I mean, it's part of life, and I really hope that we did the best decision. Mind you, when we left the school, he cried. He didn't want to leave the school, and the next day when I dropped him off at daycare, he was like, Mommy, but we visited a school. I want to go to school. And I was like, buddy, it's still in September. And I told him it's going to be your birthday first. So now he's like, okay, August 20 is my birthday. August 20. And he's always checking it on the calendar because he wants to go to school. Hopefully that will be how he's going to be all school year and not just like now. So I'm hoping that we pick the right school and that he will enjoy her school year and that he will thrive in that area. So I hope that my top 5 goals to look for when looking for a school helps you, maybe guide you as well when you're going to be looking. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe so that you don't miss the next video, and leave a comment and let me know what your 5 things you look for in a school are. Thank you so much for watching. I love your faces. See you on the next one. Bye.